The special meeting of the Socorro ISD Board of Trustees will come to order, please. The date is Thursday, October 31st, 2024. It's Halloween, and the time is 5:32. We have a confirmed quorum. Let's proceed. Start off the evening with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me in standing for the pledge. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Continuing with our agenda, we go with public comment. There were no speakers who signed up. So then we will continue with executive session. The meeting is to be closed for discussion with legal counsel to receive advice regarding tax revenue anticipation note under Texas Government Code Section 551.071. The date is October 31st, Thursday, 2024, and the time is 5:33.
ISD is a true Texas public school district that gives us unforgettable memories, traditions, experiences, and the opportunities we need to have a bright, successful future. Want to be a health professional? Once a bulldog, always a bulldog. Want to design skyscrapers? There's an empire for that. Have you heard the early bird gets the worm? Well, that's why they fear the falcons. We don't just rise. This is Sparta. We earn our horns and trailblaze and overcome to be the first and the best. I know. It sounds extra, but it's just our flex. For over 60 years, Socorro ISD has set its sights on our future with vision, innovation, investing, building, and planning to prepare us for the real world. These are our opportunities, and we will seize them.
So our dual language program consists of two different types of models. We have the 90-10, which is for pre-K students, and this is where the students are in a classroom with one teacher. Depending on their first language, they're going to get 90% of the instruction in English, 10% in Spanish, or vice versa, 90% in Spanish, 10% in English. And then we have our 50-50 model, and starts from kinder all the way to 5th grade, and this is where the students have two teachers where they're learning both languages, English and Spanish, 50 and 50% of the time, depending on the taught subject and language.
I can tell you it's full of excitement and engagement. Here the students get to create, they get to express themselves, and they have the opportunity to do it in both languages.
Porque han empezado desde chiquitos, entonces ya llevan mucho tiempo ellos en colaboración con los demás alumnos. Y sí se ve que entre ellos mismos se apoyan. Tenemos parejas que son nuestras parejas bilingües, que viene siendo la fortaleza en un idioma, ya sea en inglés o el español, y están con otra persona que es el opuesto. Entonces, entre ellos mismos se apoyan, ya sea en el aula que viene siendo español o en el aula que viene siendo en inglés.
I'm proud to say that we have had great success. Right now, we currently have served 4 campuses. Our students have been very successful. So the goal of the program is that the students become biliterate and bilingual. By the time they're in the program, they do achieve great academic level success. And of course, they stay in touch with their culture as well. Once the student completes 5 full years in the dual language program, then they can qualify for a Spanish high school credit.
Regardless if they're in the English classroom or the Spanish classroom, they have the same equal opportunities to practice all their domains, the speaking, the listening, the reading, writing.
Ellos colaboran mucho, son niños que siempre van a estar hablando, siempre van a estar participando. Cuando una persona entra a nuestro salón, nunca va a ser un salón que no se escucha nada, y creo que es lo que a ellos les gusta interactuar. Tenemos muchas manualidades, utilizan mucho sus manos, y ellos pueden colaborar juntos, y es algo muy especial que hacen ellos, esa relación también con ellos mismos.
They start working with cognates and false cognates. No se dice así, se dice así. Oh, now I remember, I saw it with Miss Gonzalez. Oh, no, wait, I saw in first grade, Miss Castro told me that it was that it was this. So they start coming and you start seeing them coming together. It's amazing because they start connecting everything.
SISD is truly the district that offers many opportunities for our students. Dual language is not just opening doors for our students to become bilingual and biliterate, but it's opening doors for their future.
Socorro ISD makes learning innovative. We fly drones, we take center stage, we take care of the environment, and we learn to take care of our health and become lifelong learners. Our new elementary academies offer unique programs to inspire, challenge, and prepare us for success. Register now at SISD.net and seize your opportunity in Team SISD.
The Socorro Independent School District is committed to helping all students find their voice and achieve their highest potential. We understand the important role that families play in our children's education, and we welcome you, our military-connected families, to Team SISD. With 46 schools designated Purple Star campuses by the Texas Education Agency, the most of any school district in the El Paso region, Team SISD is committed to supporting the unique needs of military-connected students and their families through a variety of resources and services. These include a comprehensive website for military families, a campus transition program, multiple special events, military family life counselors, and a military liaison at each of our 51 campuses who all reach out and serve our military-connected families. Team SISD stays in close contact with our Fort Bliss counterparts to access and share information, ideas, and trainings to provide the best education for our 6,500 plus military-connected students. To assist with the social and emotional needs of our students, we maximize support services by engaging with our school counselors, including our military and family life counselor, and local agencies such as NAMI, the YWCA, Child Guidance Center, local daycare providers, and the Paso del Norte and Meadows Family Leadership Council. We value and greatly appreciate the sacrifice our military parents make for our country, our community, and our children. We salute you, and we are delighted to have the opportunity to serve you and your family in our district. Thank you for being part of our district and helping us ensure that Team SISD is the right choice for endless opportunities.
The mission of Current Technical Education is to collaborate with business and industry and post-secondary education to provide programs that will build academic as well as career skills for our students, provide them an opportunity to earn an industry certification, and provide them leadership opportunities through career and technical education student organizations, and provide them opportunities to get exposure into the world of work prior to graduating, and with the hopes that they obtain a job that is better than minimum wage, and hopefully wage earning that they can support themselves or a family, as well as prepare them to go to college and successfully graduate from college.
The Architecture Academy is like a family that a lot of people you go to in a safe place to just learn about architecture. I've gotten to do a lot of things. We do models and sketches. We were able to do different competitions. I get to do floor plans, site plans. I really like landscape, and I think that's something I'm going to get into and study in the future. And we get to also do interior design.
Well, we have 45 different programs through CTE to support different career interests from all the 16 career clusters. We offer dual credit programs for them in many of our programs. We have started implementing pathways in technology early college high schools. We'll have 12 of them starting next year.
We like to study, the basics of firefighting, building construction, because firefighting isn't just, putting water on a fire and it goes out. Firefighting is way deeper into the aspect. There's foam, electrical stuff, equipment, fire trucks, there's different fire trucks. A lot of stuff that, the public doesn't know about. We're very hands-on too. Like everybody has their own gear here. We train a lot with the gear, our hoses. We learn how to use ladders. We were basically being taught what we need to know when we're going to the training academy. I really do want to do this in the future.
One of the competitions, we were able to go to a university, and I was able to experience the college life there, and I'm really looking forward to going to the University of Arizona. I want to study architecture and probably minor in landscaping, and I'm really excited to start my years there.
It's opened me up to many opportunities, really exploring who I am, going deeper into who I am. It opens many doors. I was able to bring the confidence out of myself, meet new classmates, and build bonds with them, and I loved every single bit about it.
I feel like it's a great opportunity because I was able to explore different sections in architecture and get to be able to network with real architects here in El Dorado High School. And I feel like it's an amazing opportunity because we're given the freedom to choose what pathway we want to study in and explore more.
Take the chance. We all live once. You're going to meet a lot of new friends. You're going to meet a lot of new people. You're going to build relationships with people, and ultimately, you're going to become a better person because of this program. And it's fun. It's fun. We're a very fun program.
El Paso parents, pre-K to 12th grade registration is now open for new and returning students. Team SISD's pre-K programs offer engaging hands-on learning for young students to build a solid foundation in their academic journey. Join our top academic academies, award-winning fine arts programs, championship athletics, and career and technical education with highly qualified teachers. Register at sisd.net/enrollment and seize your opportunity in Team SISD. Hello, and welcome to SISD TV News, where we deliver the latest news about the Socorro Independent School District. In today's segment, we'll take a look at this past spring semester's athletic and academic commitments. In our top story, Project Search celebrated the induction of its 6th cohort into the program. The program assists students with disabilities in their last year of high school to learn employability skills and transition from high school into the workforce. The students will participate in a year-long internship at the Hospitals of Providence East Campus.
The national average for individuals with disabilities, their employment is below 20%. And because of this program, we are employing, we've had several years where we have 100%. Our current cohort, we already have 4 students employed, and we're still working to get all of them employed.
Independence is a crazy thing. So once you give a student, any student, the ability to believe in themselves, the growth is miles. It's leaps and bounds. So our students come in shy and timid, but they leave here believing in their own ability. So they are able to voice their needs, their concerns, and can take that into the workforce and have a productive and wonderful life in society. And that's our goal.
I'm so excited to work in the hospital, and also I want to be independent, read books, and helping all people.
I could learn how to work, how to be independent, and earn my own money.
Five Socorro High School students in the Health Professions Academy signed their letters of intent to pursue their nursing career with Texas Tech University Health Science Center.
The program here does an amazing job. They were accepted because they were the cream of the crop. Not because they came from Socorro, not because they earned it and gave. They knew what they wanted, and here they are, and here they finished, and we're looking forward to seeing them in fall for 2024.
I'm so happy. I'm relieved that the 4 years have passed, but I'm more excited to start a new chapter in my life.
6 RAM students signed their letters of intent to continue their STEM and academic careers at universities across the state.
Well, not only are we known throughout the city of El Paso, but now we're recognized in the entire state of Texas. And so it's just these very determined students who are willing to do extra work, a ton of extra hours after school, weekends, even Sundays. And so the work never ends here on the team, and all of their efforts are finally being recognized now when they're graduating.
It's honestly unbelievable. I'm really grateful. It feels like all my hard work has paid off. In the end, just I've learned that never give up, just keep working towards your goals. Sometimes it does get hard, but in the end, if you just keep trying, it'll eventually pay off. And so far it has, so it's amazing.
Team SISD student athletes signed their letters of intent to play at the college level.
I've been thinking about this, been dreaming about this for about 16 years. Been working for it since I was able to walk, so it means a lot. All the hard work coming from starting playing football at 4 years old, working till I'm 18 now. Every year, every day, every second that I put into football paid off very well.
Every day, countless hours, every day football practice, waking up 5 in the morning. It takes a lot, and then just going to every football game, all the hits, just going to all the games. It takes a lot to get to the end, and I'm finally here playing college football. It means the world to me.
I'm very excited. It's like a dream come true. I've been waiting so long to pick a college and sign, and I found one that was a perfect fit for me, and it had everything that I needed, and they wanted me just as bad as I wanted to go there.
Today's really special. I mean, just to showcase, my talent at the next level is truly a blessing. All my hard work that I put into this sport has truly paid off, so it's awesome.
It makes me feel really happy, and then I'm very thankful for my parents because they're the ones who pushed me to get to this level, and they never gave up on me, as well as all my coaches I had in my career.
I'm so excited. I can't believe this is coming true. Just dreaming about it, and it's almost time. It's pretty amazing.
I'm super excited to be able to actually sign because I never thought I was going to be able to make it, and it's always been a dream since I was a little girl.
I'm excited, and I guess I'm happy that I'm going to school. I'm making my parents proud.
It feels great. It's been a really long journey, and I'm very grateful for the opportunities given to me to play at the next level.
It definitely feels good. I'm most excited. This is probably one of the most best things I've felt in a while, and I'm ready to give it my all and pursue my dream.
But I'm extremely blessed to be here, to have the opportunity to continue playing, because like they had mentioned, only 7% of athletes play at the next level, and I'm just blessed to be able to be one of them.
Running is an individual sport. Whatever you put into it, you're going to get out of it. And obviously I put in a lot of hard work, but it just helped me get to this point in my life where I'm going to be able to run it at the D1 level.
To have this opportunity to sign, coming out from high school and pursuing our dreams furthermore. And I can't wait what's next for us in the future.
Ever since I was little, I wanted to play next level, play with bigger people, better people. So I'm excited for it.
I feel amazing. It's bittersweet just because I am going to have to leave my family in the next couple months, but it's very rewarding for sure.
That's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the latest in the Socorro Independent School District. Make sure to follow us on X with the handle @Socorro ISD. Be sure to friend us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Team SISD, and visit our website. Thank you again, and see you next time.
En el distrito de Socorro, aprender es innovador. Volamos drones, tomamos el centro de escenario, cuidamos nuestro medio ambiente y aprendemos a cuidar nuestra salud para ser mejores aprendices de por vida. Las academias de primaria de SISD ofrecen programas únicos para inspirarnos, desafiarnos y prepararnos para el éxito. Regístrate ahora y aprovecha tu oportunidad en el equipo SISD.
Welcome to our beautiful Sun City of El Paso, Texas. I'm Rosie Rodriguez, proud school counselor at Chester Jordan Elementary, home of the Lions. We currently serve 791 students, from our littlest Lions in pre-kinder to our extraordinary preteens in 5th grade. At Chester Jordan, we take pride in serving a diverse community with a large population of military and economically disadvantaged students. Because of this diverse community, we take great pride in providing a comprehensive school counseling program that is ASCA-based and data-driven to benefit all students' academics, college and career readiness, and social-emotional well-being. Simply put, taking care of the whole child. I now welcome you to Chester Jordan Elementary, where I show you what a comprehensive school counseling program has done to the positive culture of our campus. Welcome.
Ms. Rodriguez, when I started here at the leadership team, she was one of the first ones who kind of took me under her wing. And that just goes to show that she's not just about, a school counselor for students. She's a school counselor for everybody, for faculty, staff, the community. She's one of the most selfless people that I have ever come in contact with.
She is an amazing human being that truly is heart. She loves the students, the teachers, the staff. She shows it every day. I think first of all with her smile and her welcoming demeanor. She has such an amazing energy. People want to go to her.
One of my top priorities was to build relationships with students, teachers, staff, and parents to know how to best provide support. Staying visible through classroom lessons, making myself available, and providing opportunities to connect truly allowed for these relationships to flourish. And flourish they did. Providing support to students through classroom lessons, individual counseling, check-ins, small group counseling, and referrals to outside resources allowed for equitable access to opportunities that may have otherwise gone unserved. Bottom line, I want our campus to know I am here for them.
She's always in the forefront, ready to help out in any way that she can. You don't even have to ask her, and she's already ready and willing.
So there's a lot of wonderful things about Ms. Rodriguez. She's a wonderful counselor. She's always helping us in small groups, in relationship problems, and everything, in every way possible.
In an effort to address the whole child, a multifaceted campus-wide SEL initiative was established, advocating for some of the instructional time to be dedicated to SEL time allowed more learning to happen. These lessons became the foundation of classroom expectations and behavior incentives. Becoming an SEL-focused campus brought on a culture of growth and positivity. Including all stakeholders was the next step, so we held SEL nights to help parents and the community know how to better support our little lions.
She goes beyond the four walls of this campus. She touches the parents' heart. She provides support, tools, whatever they need. It really is about, for when I think of Rosie and the way she treats our campus, it's about the whole child. And she still has that for our teachers and staff too.
Advocating for students, teachers, and parents is just as important as advocating for the school counseling profession. They truly come hand in hand. I collaborate with all stakeholders to work with and for students. In addition, I have had the opportunity to implement a comprehensive school counseling program that has been recognized several times at LASCA, as well as recently receiving the RAMP recognition from ASCA. Additionally, not only have our students and campus benefited from this advocacy piece, but many school counselors from all over the United States. I had the privilege to present to school counselors from our district, the state of Texas, and the nation. This shared knowledge will help promote school counseling programs everywhere.
I love her so much. She's really special to me. She's one of the persons that I could always count on. Like, she'll always get my back and everything. I just don't know how to express my love.
She's not just a counselor and a colleague, she's a friend, and I mean that with everybody. She's just an overall amazing person, and we're so blessed to just have her.
Ms. Rodriguez expresses her love not only verbally but physically to the students. What I mean by that is every day she reminds them, students, remember that I love you. And I just want to say, Ms. Rodriguez, we love you and we appreciate everything that you do here at Chester Jordan.
Padres del Paso, estudiantes nuevos y actuales ya se pueden inscribir en el Distrito de Socorro para prekinder a último año. El equipo SISD ofrece un aprendizaje práctico e innovador donde sus pequeños estudiantes crezcan en su trayectoria académica. Únase a nuestras academias académicas de primer nivel, programas deportivos, bellas artes y educación profesional y técnica. Regístrese en línea y aprovecha tu oportunidad en el equipo SISD. Hello and welcome to SISD TV News, where we deliver the latest news about the Socorro Independent School District. In our top story, Congresswoman Veronica Escobar met with Socorro High School senior government students and teachers to share how she got involved in government and how they can also get active in politics.
It was super important for me because not a lot of my peers or students are that motivated to get involved or know the opportunities that are here present, such as being in her Congressional Youth Advisory Council or finding their voice to advocate for social issues that they're very passionate about. So it was important for me to welcome her here so that my fellow peers can say, hey, if she can do it, then so can I.
It was very, very insightful. It is a very kind of general knowledge, but it's just something not enough people listen to. And I'm so happy she was able to reiterate it, because I'm hoping that even with her having a higher chair in power, might actually inspire people to fully listen to the other and have each heart connect so that we can stop butting heads.
Graduating SISD seniors from all 6 comprehensive high schools who are attending UTEP or El Paso Community College were able to register for courses, meet with admission counselors, and gain valuable insight into college life at both UTEP and EPCC.
Super important that our school district continues to provide our students, bringing the colleges into our campuses to facilitate issues with questions, transportations, and allowing them to be excited of what's to come and to be able to meet their future goals.
So we do have El Paso Community College and UTEP offering students registration with their financial aid. They'll walk away with a school schedule with their first class. It's exciting to see those opportunities for our trailblazers as they leave over to the college bound.
It's so important for us to go meet the students where they are, right? We can't be passive and wait for them to come to us. We know how important higher ed is to students. And so we feel it's our responsibility in being good community members and understanding the importance of education in our community and in these students' lives to take these services to them. So we appreciate it. We appreciate the partnership with the school district, with our 4-year partners, the University of Texas at El Paso. And we come here with that singular vision to enroll students and get them continuing on their higher education path.
The students are very engaged this morning. They're excited. We're playing games with them. While we're also being informative so that they know that they can trust us and that we can start building that relationship with them or continue working on our relationship with them, because we have been coming to the school for other visits and whatnot, and so we really want it to be so that by the time they're at UTEP, they feel safe and comfortable with us and that they're ready.
I actually got my schedule before everybody else in the school, so I was very thankful because I want to do stenography, so I got to do my classes, I got to register, talk to, the counselors, just any questions I had, they were helping me.
It was really nice because there was a lot of help and a lot of teachers that came together to help us, and it was really nice.
SISD kinder through 5th grade students participated in the 7th annual Math Bee at Eastlake High School.
We're really trying to get our students ready, career ready, college ready, and we know that it starts from elementary, and so that sets the strong foundation.
Students had 3 seconds to mentally solve problems using number sense strategies.
I was nervous, but I was happy because I was going into 3rd place, but I lost a little in 3rd place because the last number, I forgot it, and then the time ran out.
The student with the highest number of correct answers from each grade level was declared the winner.
I feel like it's very important for the district to do these things, because starting from pre-K or kinder and then just building them up, I'm sure it's going to help them out through their career or their life.
SISD sophomores, juniors, and seniors participated in this year's College Career and Job Expo. The event gave students a chance to meet with colleges, technical schools, local businesses, and industry partners to explore future career opportunities.
It's important for them to get out and actually see the different career opportunities that are available for them out in the community. If they're looking for a job, this is the time to look for one.
I'm here today because I want to know more about other job opportunities or internships that I can do, that I can know what my career is or what I want to do in my life.
I'm just really looking around to see what the different schools are here or different job opportunities, like internships or anything for like summer.
I see a lot of stands that have caught my attention and that has made me consider other choices besides my veterinary career. But I really think that students will really benefit coming here and just taking a look at these stands, even if they might think that they're not interested, but they might be interested after they speak to the people at the stand.
Team SISD received a grant from Dairy Max to create the beverage breakfast bar and pay for the necessary equipment and ensure that El Dorado High School students enjoy the most important meal of the day for free.
So we're excited about our new breakfast bars that we have for our students at all of.
We're back from executive session. The date is Thursday, October 31st, 2024. The time is 6:02, and we have a confirmed quorum. Continuing with our agenda, new business A, discuss and take action on a resolution authorizing the issuance and sale of Socorro ISD Tax and Revenue Anticipation Note Series 2024, providing for the security and payment therefore, approving a note purchase agreement, and enacting other provisions related thereto. Ms. Olson.
Good evening, Board President, Mr. Nájera, Superintendent, Mr. Vasquez, members of the board. I am Susan Olson. I am the Budget Director. At this time, I'd like to introduce our guests. We're supposed to have a virtual guest. At this time, I'd like to introduce Miss Angela Avila. She is with McCall Parkhurst Horton. She is our bond counsel. Estrada Hinojosa Investment Bankers, we have Dr. Angel Magallanes and Mr. Don Gonzalez. At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Magallanes to the podium for the presentation.
Moment, sir.
We don't have her on our screen.
There we go.
Here she is.
There we go.
Here she is. Hello.
Good evening, President Nájera, trustees.
Just a moment.
Mr.
Ms. Avila, I think, is there any chance you can mute yourself until you talk? Because we're getting a double. Okay, let's give it a shot.
Okay, perfect. Good evening, and admin and community. My name's Angel Magallanes. I'm with Estrada Hinojosa, as Ms. Olson just mentioned, and with me, Mr. Don Gonzalez, our Senior Managing Director out of San Antonio. So appreciate being here with you today and presenting this information. Today what we're presenting is a tax and revenue anticipation note. This is a short-term financing that is provided as an avenue for school districts to provide a little bridge for financing within the fiscal year. So what we want to do is discuss the financing team. You had Socorro ISD as yourself as the issuer. You had Estrada Hinojosa as the financial advisor, and you had bond counsel, as mentioned, with McCall, Parkhurst, and Horton, Ms. Angela Avila, and also Mr. Jay Juarez was highly involved. And today we'll be, administration will be recommending a purchaser, which is a bank, to provide the short-term loan finance, and the paying agent also, which would be the bank. Timetable, we've been working closely with your staff, and that's one moment I want to take attention to and give them credit, because they've put in quite a bit of hours, and they've been a pleasure to work with. They've been very responsive in providing information that's needed. Also want to thank the new upcoming CFO also. He's been putting in time as well and helping out with the whole team, but the whole business staff, Mr. Vasquez, thank you all for all the information you provided. So today what we will be doing is we did receive bids for the board to approve and proceed forward. And November 6th, next week, that's when closing will occur, and in closing, that's when the funds are received for the district. We did just provide a little outstanding debt profile. This is something you saw during the summer, and this is something that's aside from this current financing, but this is purely on your INS side. This is something that's taken from a different bucket of financial funds for the district. So just wanted to just give you a recap of your current debt service on the INS side. Today, what we're talking about is a short-term financing on the M&O side. Amortization schedule, we're looking at a principal of about $25.12 million. When we ran these numbers, we're looking at approximately 6%, but we did receive bids below that 6%, which is very favorable. And we're looking at a payment date of February 15, 2025. The funds to be utilized is $25 million to be utilized for the district, and then there's also $120,000 that will be utilized for cost of issuance from the players that were involved and the bank as well. But at this moment, I would like to entertain any questions that the district might have.
Mr. Magallanes,
Yes.
is this just questions in the middle of your presentation? Because
No,
or is that the end of your presentation?
That's the end. The next is market commentary. This is just where the market's at. We want to take some time on there, but just there has been some rate movement higher from the last month to this month. So just something to note at, but just other market conditions that you could view.
Okay. Questions?
You want to make?
Hi, I do have a question. If you could teach me, I know that you mentioned and you shared our INS fund balance or how we're doing, and I know that you mentioned this would be a short-term interest rate on M&O.
Right.
Why couldn't we just get so that everybody knows, why can't we just get our INS money and use it for what we need in M&O?
Yes, most definitely, Ms. Macias. That's a great question. So the INS bucket, there's a tax rate associated to just that bucket, and the district levies money out of the INS to pay purely debt service for those bonds on the INS. The one thing with the INS funds, those are voter-approved funds. So the only way to utilize those funds is one, it needs to be voter-approved, and two, anything that's levied from the INS tax rate could only be utilized to pay off that debt service in that bucket of the INS tax rate. So that's so going to the M&O, you can't legally you cannot transfer any funds from the INS over to the M&O. There's legal restrictions that it cannot be done with TEA, the state. So any of the funds on the INS have to maintain there without transferring over to the M&O.
So what I'm hearing is this is the action that we have to take based on the fact that there's two different buckets, like you said, of money that we have and limitations for them. This is the action that we have to take in order to make us whole as we move forward.
Correct. This is just an item, that it's not unique to Socorro ISD. We've actually, Mr. Gonzalez and myself, we've actually dealt with a few districts already this last month and a couple of months. It's just a factor of a lot of variables, state funding, ESSER, other components, inflation. So costs have gone up, and districts are trying to maneuver all those factors, especially ESSER funding that districts don't receive anymore. So this is just a little bridge that the districts are utilizing as a tool, financing tool, that will get paid within the fiscal year.
Mr. Magallanes, that
Yes,
you know
ma'am.
of, this isn't the first time that we've been in this situation. Is that correct?
From what I was informed, I believe there was a previous occasion that the district was in the situation. It's beyond my time, so I'm not too familiar in those particulars.
Okay.
I can answer that. We did seek an anticipation note back in 2002.
Thank you.
I have a question, but it might be for Ms. Olson. Ms. Olson, is the fact that we need this bridge loan because we've overspent compared to budget?
There's two factors. The payroll dates, so there is a timing issue. We received state money at the end of the month on the 26th, but there was a little of overspending was a portion of it as well.
So compared to budget, There's been,
If you recall, when we adopted the budget for 24-25, we did adopt a $20 million deficit budget.
but we've not spent in excess of budget, right?
No, at this point, I don't believe that we have, because we have, as directed by Mr. Kim and Dr. Hinojosa, we have frozen all positions, very little hiring.
Okay. Is there, and I'm not sure if this question is for you, Ms. Olson, but is this something that I understand that part of the reason that we're seeing this is because, Mr. Kim?
I just want to add to Ms. Olson's comment about the budget. If you recall that when the board adopts the budget in the summer in July, you adopted an assumed budget, and that was a $20 million in terms of deficit. But I'm going to also just jog your memory that we started out with a $40 million deficit position that was reported out in the media, of course. The staff did a wonderful job of making it down to $20 million. Right now, we're running, of course, our budget. We anticipate with savings, especially in terms of potential new positions or any new positions, or really looking at our factors related to overtime costs, substitute costs. But you also are increasing your potential ADA as well, to your average daily attendance. You should be very proud of the fact that right now the district is running close to about 96%. So that's about a point percent and a half above what we adopted. So that's an additional revenue source that we'll realize at the end of the year. So as we maintain this level of discipline going into next semester, we may see an actual budget that will be less than or not to the $20 million deficit position. Certainly we'll need to do more work going into the following budget, 25-26. But right now, to your question earlier, the districts certainly right now are watching their pennies. But once again, going back to the issue while we're here, there's two issues, as Ms. Olson points out. There's an issue of the payroll schedule. The district about a year and a half ago, switched to a two-payment issue for professional staff. That causes a timing issue is when the TEA or state of Texas reimburses you. And so we're needing to go ahead and bridge that situation going into the January. This is why it's a short-term security at this particular point.
And so I think, to kind of restate what I think I just heard, it's in order to make sure that we meet our obligations, and not that, I mean, it's part of the reason that we're doing this, to make sure that we continue to operate and, pay employees, especially over, and any other obligations, especially over the course of the holidays, which is when, our cash balance, our liquid cash balance to be able to pay those obligations runs lowest because of the way the state reimburses us. This is a short-term loan, so it's not necessarily that we don't have the cash or that it's not coming. It's just that we don't have it right now, and that's why it's a short-term loan, because we'll be able to cover with the loan those expenses, and then we're going to be able to pay it quickly back in February. So again, it's just a timing issue. Okay. Is that correct? Did I say that right? Is that?
I think your FAs would agree on that statement as particular. Mr. Gonzalez, Don, or Angel?
Yes, for the record, Don Gonzalez with Estrada Hinojosa. I think to your point, an example might be at the beginning of the school year, you have significant amount of expenses. You may not be having your property tax revenue, for example, coming in until December. So you have a lot of expenditures early in the school year. A lot of your revenue comes later in the calendar year. And so you have a timing gap of when funds are available to the district and when you've had to spend a lot of funds at the beginning of the school year. So it'd be wonderful if you could say all of your expenses came in evenly every single day, and every single day your revenues came in evenly, and they always matched up. For every $100 of expense, you had $100 of revenue. Unfortunately, that's not the way things usually work. And so you have a lot of startup expenses for the startup school. A lot of your revenue comes in from TEA at different times, and then you also have your property tax revenue that typically comes in that late December, January timeframe. And so this time of the year, it's not unusual to see school districts, other governmental entities that have the same type of situation cities, counties as well, facing the same type of timing issue because you have certain expenditures that are larger at certain times of the year. And when your revenue comes in is a little bit later in the time of the year. So hopefully that example helps.
Thank you. So as Mr. Vasquez mentioned, this isn't something that's unprecedented. I think Mr. Magallanes said that there's been other, to his knowledge, public entities who have done this exact same thing, and we ourselves did it back in 2002. But is this something that we're going to encounter every year going forward? Is it something that we're going to encounter again immediately following February, or are we, is this truly, or can we say that this is, something that we've experienced this year, and maybe with discipline, with more putting together an action plan, we can prevent having to take this step again?
I appreciate your question because for some entities, it is a recurring event. And a perfect example is the state of Texas. The state of Texas will typically have what they call a tax and revenue type anticipation note, and it will be a significant amount of money to bridge the gap between the time that they have revenues coming in to the state and when they actually have their expenditures. So there are some entities that will find it on a recurring basis, and others that will not, depending upon how much you have in cash reserves. The one thing I would point out that's critical here is that you focus on cash reserves and not fund balance. Okay. A lot of times people look at fund balance and they'll say, oh, well, I've looked at our financial statements, fund balance looks fine. And usually that is the case, but what you really want to focus on is what is that cash balance, and even more importantly, of the cash balance, what is unassigned, which means it's truly available for you to spend at any point in time during the school year. And so your audit year finishes at June 30th of each year. And so your cash balance will be there. And of that, some of it may be restricted, some of it may be encumbered to be spent on certain projects or certain expenditures. And then the unassigned amount is the cash that you look at. So what you probably want to be thinking in terms of as you are making budget cuts, looking to increase revenues, things of that nature, how do you try to increase your cash reserves? Again, not fund balance, but cash reserves, and the amount of cash that you would actually have that's completely unassigned and not restricted to be spent for any particular purpose. So I think that was a long answer to your question. The short answer is if you can build up your cash reserves by either increasing revenues or cutting expenses or some combination thereof, then you can increase your cash reserves, and that would actually bridge the gap. But for when you have the situation I believe has been described, where you have ESSER funds that are no longer available, you have ADA that is decreased, you have different things of that nature, that has implications on where those cash reserves are, and consequently, the district's cash reserves have come down.
Okay, thank you. Also, I want to be sure that we're clear, because certainly as soon as maybe the agenda was published, I started getting questions about purpose, the need, and sometimes just point blank, do I need to hurry up and cash my paycheck because I need to get the money out of the bank before everybody else does and you run out? And so I want to allay those fears so that because or if we take this action, we are ensuring that the cash funds are available to cover those obligations, including employee payroll. It's to make sure that we're able to cover those items, especially during this period of the year. I mean, it's the holidays, right? It is when we spend money on starting tonight, costumes and candy for the kids. We've got Thanksgiving, coming up. That's also another major holiday. We have some expenses there, and of course, right around the corner then, of course, is Christmas. And so the intent is to make sure that we can meet those obligations, and there has to be no fear of any of that. And again, it's a timing issue, but if we proceed with this action, it'll make sure that we have the cash available so that those fears can be allayed. They can go away because the cash will be there. Is that correct?
Absolutely. That's
Okay.
absolutely correct.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Olson. Any other questions?
We did pay our electric bill, just for the record.
Well, it is Halloween.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
I do have a question, Ms. Olson. So with this action, do you foresee us needing to take this action again at a later time?
That's a good question. The thing to remember is that we don't get a payment in August, and we don't get the payment actually to the end of September. So it would just depend. I mean, it's possible. I'm not going to stand up here and say no.
Okay. And also what I heard, I think, from multiple entities is that the new bi-weekly payroll schedule that was recommended by a prior administration, that is causing a little bit of the consternation. So, and I also heard that we want to move forward with that, but we'll do it after the holidays to ensure that there is no change to anybody's paycheck that we currently have. And if anything, we might be recommending something different for the new year. Could administration share what that looks like? That way, if anybody's worried, we could answer the questions and make sure that they know that we need them, they have a job, and they will have money in the bank.
Absolutely, and thank you for the opportunity. I would like this to take time just to explain and just really summarize what's been said tonight and what you're going to be voting on tonight. So that way our community fully understands and our employees understand what exactly is going on. So over the past several months, we've made significant strides in being able to reduce our deficit. As was stated earlier, in the spring, we were talking about a $42 million deficit. Now we're down to 20. Great news, but this 20 million is still 20 million. So we still have significant challenges in that way, but we're working hard every day on that and on reducing that further. So what we're asking you to vote on tonight is the sale and issuance of a tax revenue anticipation note. And really what that means essentially is we're seeking to borrow $25 million to help bolster our cash flow situation and to be able to meet our financial obligations. As was stated earlier, it's not unprecedented, it's not uncommon. It happens to school districts across the state, happens to other governmental agencies, happened to us in 2002. But we intend with the tax, with the revenues we receive in December, January from property taxes, we intend to pay that back by mid-February. We will have enough money to do that. To your question right now and to your point, one of the strains has been on meeting the twice monthly payroll for our salaried employees. Now, we are going to have to change that soon. And there was consideration actually of doing it within the next month or two, but as Mr. Nahara said, can't do that during the holidays, and we will not do that to our employees during the holidays. So what made the most sense to us as administration, we talked a lot about this, is doing this in February. It's the shortest month, and we think it'll be less impactful to our salaried employees. Our hourly employees, nothing will change. They'll continue to get paid twice monthly. All we're doing is moving our salaried employees to an end of the month payroll to help our cash flow situation. And really it's what we had done for years and years and years before that. So that is forthcoming. We do want to apologize to our employees if this causes any sort of inconvenience to them, but we feel we are giving a substantial time for them to be able to make those adjustments. And again, really the reason why, just to further explain the reason why we're moving that to the end of the month, because that's when we get paid. Just like if we think about our own household budgets. You know, we're not going to make our house payment before payday. For most of us, that's our most significant monthly payment. By the same token, our most highest payment for us as a district is our payroll. So we don't want to make that before we get paid. We want to make that after we get paid. So that's the main reason for doing that. But you know, to Mr. Nahara's point earlier, we will be making. We're going to have to be extremely disciplined from this point forward. As we continue to right-size the district, one of the drivers, too, is the fact that we're declining in enrollment, which was anticipated. And we adjusted for that when we created the budget for this year. We were anticipating 600 less students. We started the year with about 400 less students and holding somewhat steady. So we're you know, there's different drivers to this, but those are the main ones. But we're going to look to see what we can continue to do to right-size the district, remain financially disciplined, so that way we don't have to go out for another node in the future.
Any other questions? No?
At this point, administration recommends approval of the resolution, the note purchase agreement, and all other necessary actions and procedures required for the issuance and sale of the tax and revenue anticipation note, Series 2024, in the principal amount of $25,120,000 to PNC Bank, National Association, at the interest rate of 4.50%, as presented. If I may ask, if you are making the motion, there is a yellow sheet and the motion is very specific.
Motion to approve a resolution, note purchase agreement, and all other necessary actions and procedures required for the issuance and sale of tax and revenue anticipation note, Series 2024, in the principal amount of $25,120,000 to PNC Bank, National Association, at the interest rate of 4.50%.
Second. I have a motion made by Ms. Gardea, seconded by myself. Any further discussion?
I just have one other question. Are there any other fees associated with this note other than, of course, our interest rate that we have here in front of us?
Yes, ma'am. The associated fees will include the financial advisor fees, the bond counsel fees, the bank counsel fees as well, and that's really that's the extent of the fees associated with the cost.
And that's custom with any transaction in
Yes,
this
ma'am.
sort? Okay,
Yes.
as of this sort. Thank you.
Mr. Maganes, part of the presentation was that $120,000 in that amount is in order to cover those associated fees as well.
Correct.
It doesn't mean that that's how much the fees are, but any excess will go back to the district, right?
That is exactly correct, Mr. Nahara. Yes.
Okay, sounds good. Ms. Olson, I see you, Mr. Gutierrez, Mr. Vargas. Anybody else that I'm failing to mention? I know this was a massive effort. I know there have been late nights, extensive analysis associated with it for the preparation to make sure that the amount was accurate. Tonight's Halloween, and yet you all are here. I appreciate your dedication to the district to make sure that we're able to cover, make sure that we continue to operate, and just you know, that you dedicate your time to make sure that we're doing the right things, that you bring forward the right things for us to consider. So thank you to everybody who was involved.
And a big thank you to our tech team back there too, who are running the sound and everything to us for staying a little later. I don't know if it's appropriate at this time, but our new CFO is sitting back there. This is David Solis. He's gonna be our new Chief Financial Officer. He's also been instrumental, along with welcome, Mr. Solis, with Renee Vargas, Susan Olson, David Gutierrez, Angel Hernandez, Gilbert. I think Gilbert Melendez is here yesterday, late last night. So we're truly grateful to our financial team, tech team, of course, to Mr. Magallanes and Mr. Gonzalez, who have been instrumental in helping us get to this point today.
Motion made by Ms. Gardea, seconded by myself. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The item passes. Thank you, Ms. Olson. Thank you all. There being no further business before the board, we are adjourned. The date is Thursday, October 31st, 2024, and the time is 6:32.